A man charged with plowing his SUV through a Christmas parade in Wisconsin. He's expected to face another charge after an 8-year-old boy died from his injuries. Prosecutors say 39-year-old Daryl Brooks was fleeing a domestic dispute when he crashed into the crowd Sunday. He appeared in court yesterday for his arraignment, and a judge set his bond at $5 million. New video from a doorbell camera shows Brooks showing up at a neighbor's door just after the tragic crash, asking for help. And eventually, you see police arresting him. So David Begnaud is in Waukesha with more.
Can't help thinking about all the people getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. But I want you to know that here in Waukesha, Wisconsin, amid the Christmas lights and the memorials, there's a cloud of grief that is hanging over this community.
She was a beautiful person, not only to us, but to everyone she met. I never heard a bad word about her. Everyone who met her always loved her.
John Kulick, whose wife Jane was killed, told me that their last day together began at church, listening to a sermon about great couples of the world and how they are better together.
So I pulled her close and started rubbing her arm, and she started rubbing my knee, and, she knew what I meant, and, we knew that that was, like, a word from God for us.
Roughly 6 hours later, his wife was at the parade with colleagues from the bank where she worked when she was run down. Jane Kulick was 52 years old.
Her whole world was her family, and she was good at it, really good at it. She was a rock that held us together, a stable force.
She was a grandmother to 3 and a mother to 3. Jacob is her only son.
The one thing I can say about her that I can't say about anybody else is that I've never heard her say a bad word, even about the people that she doesn't like.
The tributes for Jane Kulick and the 5 other victims who died in the Christmas parade attack are pouring in. The suspect, Daryl Brooks, was arrested on the front porch of a home where he actually knocked on the door after the attack.
I called an Uber, and I'm supposed to be waiting for it over here, but I don't know when it's coming. Can you call it for me, please? I'm homeless.
Daniel Ryder answered the knock.
He said, "Man, I'm freezing out here, man. You got to warm me up." Or it's like, "Can I warm up?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess you can come in and sit right here, and I'll give you a coat." So I got him a jacket to wear, and he's telling me he's homeless. So I was like, "Okay, I'll get you a sandwich." He was telling me that, "Oh, is there something going on downtown?" And I was like, "There's a parade today, I know," and he's like, "Oh, that's probably what is a parade." So he was just completely putting on a face and lying about everything.
Ryder says he had no clue what happened at the parade because he was at home watching football. Ryder says he got antsy when he saw police circling out front, so he told Brooks he needed to leave. Pretty fast, officers swarmed in.
Hands up! Put your hands where I can see them!
Whoa! Hey, do you know this guy? Absolutely not. Okay.
The world now knows this man has been accused of murdering 6 people and leaving behind grieving husbands like John Kulick, who is preparing to now bury his bride of 22 years.
We were a team. That was my partner. I don't know if I'm not capable of doing all this myself. I needed her. I've always needed her. They need her too,
I'd say we hadn't been gone an hour from John's home after that interview when he called to say that he got a call from the medical examiner, and it stunned him. Number one, they told him that his wife Jane was able to be an organ donor, and he was really happy to hear that. But second, the medical examiner said they discovered that Jane had uterine cancer. He said, "David, she hadn't been feeling well for a while, and she hadn't gone to the doctor." But he said, "I was shocked to find that out, too." Anne-Marie.
We want to talk some more about this. We want to bring in Kim Shine. She's a reporter with our Milwaukee affiliate, WDJT. Thank you so much for joining us. So now we know that 60 people are reportedly injured, 6 people confirmed dead. David Begnaud talked about sort of a blanket of grief over the community, but you're there. This is your area. What are you hearing from the community? How are people processing this?
Well, good morning, Anne-Marie. Like in that package, you can feel that emotion, and I will say that the police and the city leaders, they were able to gather some of the effects from people who left and ran for safety after Sunday's event that happened, and they got all of their belongings, put them in one place. And we talked to a father who went there, grabbed just a couple of chairs, and we asked him, you know, how does it feel just to be able to at least get some of your belongings back after such a tragedy? And you know, he was holding back tears, and he told me that it provides a little bit of closure for him, but ultimately this is just a very unfortunate, very horrible event. And I think his words echo a lot of people here. They're just upset. No one expected this to happen, and everyone's just grieving and trying to support each other right now.
Yeah, you know, you get a little window into what the community is like when we see that video of Daryl Brooks showing up on someone's doorstep, and that person is kind enough to give him something to wear, something to eat, let him borrow the phone. And it's a reminder that this is a community that is caring, and that now, you know, most of this country is familiar with Waukesha because of this tragic incident, but this is not what this community is all about. So speaking of the suspect in this case, Daryl Brooks, he could serve life in prison if he is convicted. Do we know when court proceedings will begin and when he could potentially stand trial?
So he is back in court for a preliminary hearing on January 14th. And you mentioned that criminal history. He now has a history in 3 different states: Wisconsin, Georgia, and Nevada. He's a registered sex offender. Just a lot of cases pending against him. And he was actually out on bond when this incident happened here in Waukesha. So just a sad situation, but he'll be back in court on the 14th of January.
You know, everyone wants to know why. Has law enforcement been able to shed any light on a possible motive or what may have happened?
At this point, that is something that we are all still waiting on, is what actually made him do this. I know that in the criminal complaint, the officer said that he had no emotion in his face, no emotion in his eyes. He just plowed into people and, as they said, seemingly wanting to hit as many people as possible. So right now we don't have that motive, but I'm sure everyone has confidence in police that hopefully they'll be able to grab that out of him. And hopefully that'll be in the preliminary hearing coming in January.
I imagine this Christmas parade was probably one of the first big holiday events of the season. Usually there are events going on for like a month. What are the plans for other holiday events in the area? Are organizers or, you know, are law enforcement, are they preparing in any particular way? Are they canceling any events?
Well, so a lot of people were really happy about this parade, especially because of COVID. It was canceled last year. They were also celebrating the city's 125th anniversary. So there was a lot of joy and a lot of happiness before all of this happened. In terms of other events here, they may go on, but a lot of fundraisers are starting to pop up. And so if there are events, I'm pretty sure they'll be centered around making sure that people can fundraise and find other ways to support the victims and the others affected by this. There are some communities in our area who have canceled or that have canceled their parades. But I think that overall the general hope is that this one incident doesn't detract people from the spirit of the holiday season, and that hopefully this year and in years after this that people will still be able to come together, including here in Waukesha. As for police, though, they will be on high alert. They haven't said whether or not they're going to be doing anything specific, but I think it's safe to say that they will definitely be on high alert for any other public events that happen here in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure. Kim Shine, thank you so much.